I am Ann-Peggy Divine. Welcome to the Divine Design, the podcast where we unfold heaven on earth and reframe spirituality and theology for a new cosmic era. Your journey on human evolution and integration of your divine design starts here. Welcome, Veerle. So nice to connecting with you again.
Yeah.
And as last time, the theme for today just popped up when we met. Transference. Mother, sister, the feminine transference.
Yeah.
Both of us, I see both of us working as medicine woman.
Yeah.
Woman, female. And what does projection in one side and transference? But this podcast, we want to talk about transference.
Yeah.
In practical life. So maybe you can start to speak about how you experience this.
Thank you, Ann-Peggy. Thank you for the welcome. And it's so my pleasure to be with you and to talk with you. Yeah, it's so beautiful. There's always something new happening, something new unfolding. Yeah. And transference is something very, very special in the sense that I don't want to make it completely bad, Ann-Peggy. So I want to say it that it's a tool we're using, and it can be really hard on us when somebody is in transference with us. They don't really see us. And as we are, as medicine women, as you shared, we are very aware of that. The moment somebody is not in a genuine connection with us, we will really feel it. It hurts almost physically. We're not received for who we are. And at the same time, I want not to make it bad. And I just want to say, it's only a tool. It's a temporary mechanism people will use in order to grow and to just allow is my word these days. Allow it, even if I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. I just allow it and say it's only a passing thing. There's gonna be a moment they will realize, and it's all okay.
Yeah. And it's like a god. You see kind of the other on a pedestal, or you put it up there, and then you fall off this. But because when you start to go into the deep in your side and you meet shadows, and then you're not the one I thought you were, because you were the one to holding my light and everything. So you put everything on that, because then you just really fall down when you kind of awaken that, okay, the illusion you had about this person, about everything, just drop. And then it can be ugly for us to be the medicine woman, because we know this will happen.
Yeah. We do. Oh, Ann-Peggy, we so do. We so do. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know how. I know that I see it happening when the positive transference, when they put me on a pedestal, I will always try to get off before they make me fall. And in certain moments it's inevitable, because they feel that they so need it. They need you there, because actually in positive transference it is a peace within themselves, a peace within that the other cannot completely embrace. So they put it outside of themselves.
Yeah.
So there's always also something in it's an honor. And then let's make it an honor to fall from the pedestal as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but I have worked with people and the falling from the pedestal, some of them actually don't want to have anything to do with me anymore.
I know.
So that's also so okay. I have worked with that also because I don't want to be enemy with anyone.
I
But
know.
and when then say I remember a special case, he said you have to apologize. I had nothing to apologize for because she, yeah, put it out all there, and I said, well, I cannot do that because then it has to be legitimate. It has to be the truth for me, and it wasn't. So okay, then I will never see you again. So she blocked me from all social media, and she started to talk a lot of garbage of me, putting out
Mm.
rumors that was mean. And then I saw she did it to so many. So today she is very alone. So I have, yeah, seen this mechanism in us. What why is it this way, kind of? Because first she put me on a pedestal, but after a while I wasn't there, and then she was there. She was the god. Everyone had to come to her to do something with their body, or because, and it's like, what happened? And in that she erased a lot of people, and she said to me, how can you talk to people who are kind of in 3D? They are kind of lost. You cannot talk to people in 3D. So it was a lot of condemning in that also.
Yeah.
But it's a very fascinating pattern that we go into.
Yeah. Oh, I love what you're sharing. There's so much to add on of it. Let me first with the last piece. When we are learning something new, as your friend was doing,
Yeah.
you move from this place where you put it completely outside of you to completely the other end.
Yep.
And so you push away the one who mirrored it to you, and you're going to put there. And then it's for her trying to figure out between those two polarities where finally she will find her place.
Yeah.
And then there's another thing. And I know, Ann-Peggy, it's very big. It's the whole Ho'oponopono thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And I always add, please forgive me for my ignorance.
Yeah.
I wait. And if I feel it's done, I say, thank you. I love you.
Yeah.
And the piece is, what I do right now, when something like that happens, I do apologize.
Yeah.
I do apologize in the sense of that sometimes I need to wait a bit because I will only do it when I really am able to completely hold it and to genuinely do it. So as long as I can't, I won't go there. But the moment I can, that's the moment where, Ann-Peggy, I can receive the mirror from the other one. And I can honestly say, either I see there's a piece in me that still has difficulty to shine as well. So, okay, I apologize to that piece in me, and at the same time, I apologize to you. So I ask for forgiveness. Sometimes it's not about me. I so know it's not about me. But then I could still apologize in the sense of, my God, I shaked you. I so shaked you. I'm sorry. Because you don't want to be in conflict, neither am I. And sometimes it's just impossible. There are people, and I have to say, even with people where it has been by moments very, very difficult, if I've done a lot of Ho'oponopono on it, there is something that is filtering through the relationship. Even if we won't be best friends again as we've used to be, there's something that I really can feel. I can still share, respond to messages they send on Facebook. I can still reach out. When something big is happening in their lives, I can reach out. I can see a photo of them and really say, wow, what a beautiful photo from you. So, and it's genuine. I will only do it when it's genuine. And in the beginning, when it's happening, it can be quite difficult. And there's something, we've started with flow, Ann-Peggy. It has its own flow.
It has its
So yeah, it's the flow is there. And I know that, yeah, Ho'oponopono is in my life already for 12 years, I guess. And it's an almost daily practice.
yeah, yeah.
There's always somebody to do it.
But normally when this happens, I see it in advance. You can feel it, and I know it will come. So it's like, okay, will it come tomorrow? Will it come the day after? So I mostly I know it will come, because we see it kind of in the other also, because they project first in others and then us, and then so it's like we know it's coming, and I have like, okay, how can I balance it mostly out? And but it is their journey, kind of. It's the journey, so it's like you cannot stop it, but it can be ugly, because I have experienced that other friends have been scared of this, because I work in groups, and when this come up in groups, it can be very hard and ugly. So it's kind of how to protect the other one when all these mechanisms are going on.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So if all of us just go, okay, this is our biology, our psychology playing out. We are on a journey trying to balance out. If all of us could have that kind of perspective when we see this happening, because it is so easy to go in to take it personal, and it's not personal at all.
No, you're naming it. You're nailing it down, Ann-Peggy. You know, when I take it personal,
Yeah.
I lose it. I can't hold it.
Yeah.
When I'm able to just be there with an open heart and an even more open heart, and each time things are happening, opening my heart even bigger, then it's all running through, and it may be there. Then there is no judgment about what is unfolding. It's all allowed.
Yeah. Yeah. And we told before we started the podcast, we have both of us have said we have said yes to be in the field.
I know.
And being in the field means to do what we are doing, and it can be hard. It's not kind of it can you can look at it as being a mother, and being a mother, it's like the mother gets it all. You get all the garbage, you get all the sorrow, you get all the anger, everything. So it's kind of, we have kind of taken a role of being a big mother, and she's getting it all.
It's so true. It's so true. I said you, Mother Mary never comes in with me. I don't know. I don't have a particular relationship with her. But yesterday she just came and she said to me, I'm getting a lot of transference as well. And it kind of, I was so grateful for her showing up for me and sharing that with me, because I said, yes, that's what you are sharing. We are with this feminine rising. There is this whole piece as it moves into the light. This is this whole big transference that is coming with it. And mother transference, my Lord, everybody has a mother. Everybody has a mother.
Yep.
So, and there's always stuff you had with your mother. Yeah. So it's for us, how to hold space for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And be patient enough not to try to change it. Oh my God, because it's not helping the other if we try to change it.
No.
How can we be with it and just allow it without, and we don't have to be in pain. We don't have to suffer through it. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's finding a way to hold it with so much love and reverence and honor, even for the process of the other and for our own process,
Yeah.
in total radical acceptance of ourselves and the other.
Yeah.
Oh, it's easy to say. Something else to do.
But I'm sure you, as me, I remind myself, oh, okay, this has nothing to do with me, kind of. It's their kind of pattern playing out. So we are always projecting life. So it's kind of everything comes from the inside out, and we are just a mirror. And since we hold the sacred space, it's allowed to come. It needs to come. So we hold this. And you said Mary Magdalene, I came to you yesterday. What who come to me was Frøya and Sophia. And that's the same energy. So for you, it showed up like Mary Magdalene. And for me, it showed up like Frøya and Sophia. It's like, okay, thank you. And I understood, okay, the theme for this podcast will be the feminine. Because they showed up so big time yesterday, and kind of the drama of the redemption in different paradigm.
Yes.
So, yeah. This is big. This is kind of the creation. It's our creation. Duality.
My God, it's the rebirthing not only of the new world, it's also the rebirthing of the new human.
Yes. And I thank you for saying that. I haven't asked you, so this is just in the flow. I have said yes to be the new human. So I have gone through it since 2023. And I met you when I went through it. So we have been in kind of ceremony. It was one of them was when I was put in the sacrifice, what do you call it in English? This white coffin.
Yeah.
Well, what Santari sang our essence. One of the initiation was that one, and I have been asked, and I said yes. I say yes to upgrade to the new human, and I have felt it on my body because it has. So and in that it's also the piece of being a medicine woman. Because I move into future, and in future we know that we are our own medicine. So we learn from we are a child that, okay, the biggest medicine is to know ourselves. We are God source creators. And knowing that we are God source creators, we also know that we are our own medicine.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah. So that's have you reflected on being the new human? Because I think you also have kind of gone in.
Yeah.
Because
I really do. I really do. It's so powerful. I cannot, like you, point to a specific moment in my life where I started to do it, but I'm so on a path of allowing this amazing magnificence of my body to rise up, allowing all my cells to dance, to vibrate. It's also, it has to do with our whole conditioning and programming, also, Ann-Peggy, around aging. So I said a few years ago, you know that I've been in another life a geriatrician, a physician specialized for the elderly. It's kind of funny that I've done that for 21 years. And I then knew, seeing all my patients with all their diseases, with the combination of diseases which they could do in their bodies, I guess what that offered me, Ann-Peggy, was a huge reverence for the body and for the plasticity of the body, for the possibilities, the endless potential to heal for the body. And I knew then, as a physician, that there must be a way to age radiantly. But now, a few years ago, maybe not even a few years, even a year ago, it changed. And I said, Ann-Peggy, we don't need to age. Why did we took that on? Who set us to age? So I begin to really change that whole thing. So what happened over New Year? I suddenly got this huge insight. So like my cells were speaking to me and they said to me, do you know that in your physical body, only half of your cells are aging? And I looked and said, tell me more. Well, he said, half of your body are microorganisms, is what Zach Bush calls our microbiome. He said, this is more than 50% of your physical body, the physical body that is you, that is me, more than 50% is not human. It's our microorganism. So what they said to me, we are not aging. And I looked at him, what? What are you telling me? I said, we are not, because we are not in the programming and construct and the conditioning your human cells are. So we are not. We are not aging. And I said, my God, let the conversation begin. Ann-Peggy, I got so ill, but so very ill. Already the first night after, I just was almost gone. I recuperated very quickly, and then I got ill again for 5 days, like really, really ill. But it was such an offering. Everything in my body was speaking with everything else. And I thought, let it come up, let it come up. I couldn't leave my bed for 3 days and 2 nights, but I said, let it come up, let it happen. It's all okay. I feel better than ever.
Yeah. I'm
So
so
it's just...
Yeah. Because what you are talking, because we see sickness as something wrong, but it's actually a clean, it's a detox.
Yes.
So what has been in the last, since 2023, also a new detox to become the new human.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it's
yes.
like when it's going through, okay, just let it go through, and I just take care of my body because I know it's wise. I just, okay,
Yes.
because it's my body contain more light, more light,
Yes.
more light, more light. So what we are doing is kind of expanding our light. So
Yes.
we have heard a lot about this light body. So we are now living with our light body.
We are.
So living as medicine woman is kind of honoring and knowing that you are now running on your light body, not on the human small self.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And I guess for me, it's really making all the connections.
Yeah.
Then beginning to really embody and understand that it's not separate. Your precious, beautiful, wise physical body is in one continuum with your golden body. And it's how can you live that, make that your reality? Because it's what you've already said it. I'm so enthusiastic. I'm like all over the screen. So it's like we living our reality. When you look at illness as something that is putting you down, coming upon you and making you really, really down, that's what's going to happen. That's going to be the reality you bring into the world.
Yes.
When you say, even when you're moving through huge processes, you're just welcoming it. Is it like, okay, I'm ready. Bring it on. Then there's something so different.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as I said to all the people, we can sense everything because we are sensory being. We can sense Mother Nature. We can sense animals. We sense each other. Everything. Yes. So we are the light body is a sensory body. It's a light that can sense everything. So it's so amazing.
Yes. You bring it in. That was also my realization the past months. It's that, that I've known already for such a long time. We're all one, but there's a difference between knowing it conceptually and then really feeling it. And I have to say, Ann-Peggy, by starting to work in the field, my hands in the earth, I really now begin to feel it. My body is kind of helping me to really remember We're all one. We're all one. And there is really no exception. Is that, you know, and then it brings us back to transference. Transference is, you know, in order to be able to use transference, you need to go in separation.
Yeah.
I feel so one with you, Ann-Peggy. There's no way I could go into any transference. You see, I would need to separate myself from you in order to put you outside of me and then do transference with you. So, in the process of letting go the separation, we will also let go of transference because it's not working anymore.
No, that's true.
And the earth really taught me that. Oh, I'm so grateful. It's so, so, so amazing.
Yeah, because it's just listening. As you said, the earth taught me that we have been kind of so much in our mind, so it's kind of shifting the focus to our heart, because the heart is kind of, then you are in the light body and it senses everything. And my hands is now, I sense everything. So it's like, I feel, yeah, it's like, wow. I used to say, watch my hands like, wow, they are feeling everything. It's kind of magic.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
turnaround is 360 degrees turnaround from being a human, but living with a light body where you can sense everything. The paradigm,
Yeah.
those two paradigms is totally shift.
Yeah.
And we are moving into that because all of us are going there, but someone wants to hold on the old one because we are afraid, because it's the new.
I so adore what you're saying. Nobody is excluded. Everybody's gonna get there.
Yep.
And I guess that's where I am able to just open my heart. And I don't know who said that, but somebody said, if you have lots of difficulties with somebody, just see them as a puppy and look at them as if they were a puppy. It's just like, ah. Because so it's just sometimes a lot.
Yeah.
And I do know, Ann-Peggy, yeah, in the morning I do my meditation for only 15 minutes because I'm not good in meditating, and then I do my ritual, the 7 directions, and you see, I'm so completely there. I'm aware, I'm sorry. And then a lot of things happen. So and I know that at the end of the day, it's often more difficult for me to really be in response and not in reaction to things that are happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's for all of us to practice and to find ways also during the day. Yeah.
And what you are talking about, all because we have to find our rhythm, our kind of cycles, because for someone it's the best time in the evening, then they get a lot done, and for other it's in the morning. So we have to find where is our kind of zone where the flow is really here. And a lot of us have it in the morning. Me too, have it in the morning, because I have some things to do, and I say, okay, if I wait after 8 o'clock, then I know it can be kind of harder, because then I have worked all day, so it can be, yeah. So we have to know ourselves where the flow, when everything go easy, because when you go with the flow, you get to done hundreds more things than if you are fighting against the, yeah.
I so know. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
So know.
feminine rhythm is different than the masculine. And we haven't spoken so much about it, but I think we as women need to honor that we have another cycle, another rhythm than men.
Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we so do. Yeah. And I guess it's almost bringing me to another, yeah, inquiry. Is like how can we smoothly allow them both to unfold?
Yeah, for me, it's like it is a feminine time, but we need more of the feminine because the masculine has been so extreme. So it's not that it's supposed to be extreme with feminine, but we need to balance it out. So that's why the feminine energy need to come. And when we talk about feminine, we also have to say that we are not talking about the woman, because men also have feminine qualities. So all men and women have the feminine and the masculine in ourselves. So how can we balance it out?
Oh my God, Peggy, as you're speaking out, I'm reminded to something we spoke about before the podcast. Is like, yeah, that we might have to be very aware as medicine woman is not to go to the complete other end, because that's where it's gonna be scary for not only men but also women who are not yet ready to embrace the feminine power within themselves.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the beauty of the femininity and the flow, the magic, the medicine.
Medicine.
So if we go there, it might be hard.
Yeah.
And I know in myself, it's almost sometimes hard not to do that. But this is different than being in my bigness. It's different.
Yes.
It's just popping up now in this
Yeah.
exchange with you.
Yeah.
I can feel there's a difference.
Yeah.
If I go really to the other side of allowing my whole feminine power to be exuberantly within me, it can really be scary. It has nothing to do with me in my fullness. It's different.
Yeah, it's different, and it can really be scary. It's kind of, you are crazy, put you into psychiatry, because it's so, the feminine energy, when you really, because when I started, it's like it's so powerful, it's much more intense than the masculine, because the masculine is more controllable.
Yes.
Feminine, you cannot control it. It's kind of, I love being it, but at the same time, being in it, being with other people, I don't recommend it.
No. And Ann-Peggy, I'm coming up with something else. The earth is feminine, can be really destroying.
Yeah.
Earthquakes, tsunamis,
Yes. And that's what I
eruptions
have.
of volcans. My
That's what I have.
God,
Yes. I went with
feminine.
that energy, and it's wow, it's all over, and
It's
it's no control, no control,
no,
but it's
no.
powerful. So yeah, I understand what you say. So it's balance. So if we go extreme to the feminine, that can look crazy and not good. So everything is balance.
Yes. Yeah.
So even if we talk about the feminine, bringing it up, we are not talking about the extremes. So because we see a lot of extremes, both in the feminine and in the masculine. So how can we balance it out in each of one of us?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is kind of our task. That's our journey.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. And I can feel that that's where Ho'oponopono comes in, eh?
Yeah.
Where when you feel like I went a little bit over, it's just to say, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll just say, please forgive me. I went over.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also the forgiveness part is, it is not a mental part, because then you forgive with your soul. So you have to go to your higher self kind of to forgive.
Yes. With your heart, eh?
Yeah, with the heart. Yeah.
With your heart big open, and yeah, to really feel it vibrate in your field. Yeah, I guess forgiveness is a vibration, eh?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. And
vibration.
also forgiveness is also perspective, because we have so many different perspectives. So if you go to a higher perspective, you see a total other situation
Yes.
than when we are in our personality, it can be very locked in. But when we see the bigger picture, it's like, okay, maybe it wasn't the way I saw it after all, because I have triggers, I have my psychology, I have my biology that are reacting to everything.
Yes.
So that's the transference, because the transference become kind of our protection and mask, and No.
No, yes, yes, yes. I
Okay.
just said that. My God, what is happening here? We're reaching something, Peggy, which is really, really big. I'm really wondering if I stay just in my fullness. In you could bigness is even a word that might create reaction, but if I just say in my fullness, if I say connected to my vibrational frequency, that this might not evoke a lot of transference. What might evoke transference is if I go a bit too much to the extreme of the femininity in my medicine power. It's just some it's coming in, it's
Yeah.
coming in, but I'm
Yeah.
just wondering if there is yeah,
Yeah, I'm connecting what you're saying because yesterday I get a lot of messages to me and they said all you're saying is so beautiful, but actually you don't have to say anything. You just emanate it because you are in balance. That's what you are in. It's like
that's what I'm
you
saying.
need to say so much because if we are in balance, it's kind of we are not sending triggers or reaction because
No,
we are living with an open heart. We are in balance.
yes,
Yes.
yes. Transference at that moment cannot land.
Yes. That's
It cannot,
no.
yeah. Oh my God, I love it. I really want to explore it further, and it's so much bigger because in all what is happening worldwide, the feminine is rising, and almost inevitably we're gonna move to where we were here so down, we're gonna move up, and that's where the transference is happening. It's not happening related to our fullness and to our own vibrational frequency. It's not. It's in that movement of where we are unleashing feminine power. And then I mean the typical transference, the mother transference, the transference towards, yeah.
And also the way we are talking, the mother, the feminine is kind of, we are exploring, we are kind of putting it out, not with a kind of, this is the correct answer and no other way to think. So that's the masculine. So we are now very feminine in the way we are talking. We are putting it out there, reflecting, and kind of the balance, the dance between
Yes,
everything. It's kind of dancing with the duality. And it's not saying that it has to be that way or that way. Well, we have to find out for ourselves. And so, yeah.
yes,
So we are living out the feminine energy, but in balance, not
yes,
with the extreme as yeah. So this is the
yes,
important because now for a lot of years we have had so many concepts. We are supposed to do this and that and so many concepts, but now we go beyond concept. It's not from the mind anymore. So we open our heart and sense, and then it's no concept anymore, no higher.
no, no,
It's just a flow and yeah, emanating your divinity and your light and all the goodness.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we need the feminine in balance.
We really do. And you know, I feel on the earth, which is also, we also say Mother Earth,
Yeah.
coming in and telling me that, yeah, I'm really there to help you with this one. I'm with you. And it's like the invitation the earth has for us is that we don't need to help her in any way.
Just surrender to her, kind of.
There's so many misconceptions. It's like we mistreated the earth, we need to rebalance her, we need to do this and this and this. Listen,
Listen.
it's the same with our bodies, actually. Our
Yeah.
bodies are part of the earth. And Peggy, it's the same.
Yeah,
We
yeah, it's the same.
don't need to to fix anything in your body. Anything is just allow your body in its beauty, bigness, and radiance. Give your body space to do whatever it has to do to regain its own balance.
Yeah.
Same for the earth.
Yeah. Yeah. And both of us have worked in the psychiatry, and we have seen the extreme. If you go
Yes.
extreme, if it's the masculine and the feminine. So we have witnessed it and worked with it. And as you say, you had the perspective of illness, and then you said, I cannot be anymore because the perspective was illness and the extreme. And I also get unbalanced. Working in the psychiatry, I got sick and said, okay, I cannot work. So I quit. I want to live in the field of healthy freshness and all this newness, not the old sickness.
No. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I got clear guidance 12 years ago that, yeah, where I was told, you've done your work there, and now you will continue to do your work outside of the system.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why you have stepped up to become the medicine woman of the new era.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's hard to be in the system, and all good to them because they are doing all the best they can. But it's hard also
Really
to
do.
work in that system. Really hard.
I so agree with so much reverence for everybody
Yeah.
who's at work there, because now again, yeah, here in where I live in France, it's huge. It's huge. There's so many people ill. There's so much happening.
Here in Norway also, and I think it's in every country. So all the people working there, all reverence to them because they are really doing and it's hard on them, and someone kind of die of this exhaustion because it's a lot to do there.
Yeah,
A lot of people are standing kind of in the front line of this shift of the old to the new, and we don't
they
know how.
do.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
so it's hard
thank you
for the
for
one.
saying that. We said nobody's included, and we each of us, everybody has his or her unique role.
Yes,
And it's just honoring each other for the role we're taking up, whatever
it
that
is.
role is.
Yes. And the people in Gaza, wow, what a role they also, because the war and
I
everything.
totally agree. They're playing out a part of the script
Yeah,
is as much needed as all the rest.
yeah,
And everywhere, in the US as well, it's just without without deep acknowledgement for all the pain and suffering, because it's big.
it's big.
It's so big.
And we are all a part of it because, as we say, the new, they can sense, we sense everything. We sense what happened in Gaza, we sense what happened in America, in France, in Norway, in every country. So we can sense. So we are all one sensing all of this.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. Oh my God, Ann-Peggy, thank you for bringing that up. We are, and it is. We're here both full of joy and life force, and we both also have our moments where we really feel like, oh, this is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess is where I'm coming back to, is to really, yeah, have that radical self-acceptance. Whatever's happening, allow it. Let it move through you. You don't have to take it on. You don't have to keep it, but allow it to move through you. Because as we're living right now, even if we are those medicine women, a lot's gonna come our way. And just allow it. Let it move through us.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are in the front line of the new medicine woman. So we have taken that on, but a
Yeah.
lot of other people have taken so many other things on. So it's like
Yeah.
honoring each of us who are taking
Yes.
over different roles.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, it's so easy. Then if indeed, then people will disagree with us, to just let that be.
Yeah.
Because depending on which role the other one is taking, they cannot do anything else than disagree with us.
Yeah.
And I guess that, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people are fighting for the old paradigm
Yes.
also. So
Yes.
so we will get kind of, oh, you are kind of crazy. What are you thinking? What are you? But so we are, yeah, it is a time where it is a total shift. So everything comes up. Everything comes up.
Yes. Yes. And I guess, yeah, it's being aware, being aware the
Holding
whole
it.
time.
And what we are talking about, we are holding sacred space for ourselves.
Yes.
That we allow it. So we hold sacred space for our customer and the people we work with, but we also hold space for ourselves. Because if
Yes.
we don't hold space for ourselves, we are not the medicine woman we are talking about. So it is in all levels.
We absolutely need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We absolutely need to do
So
that.
we have to own it. We have to, when we say we are a medicine woman, not on a script, but we live it. We walk,
Yeah.
we feel it.
Yeah, we do. Oh, we do. We do. Yeah. Oh my God, Ann-Peggy, I'm so grateful for our conversation, for our exchange. I'm in the midst here of, with our local project of, yeah, a lot of turbulence. And yeah, it has to do with this feminine power rising. It has to do with how am I able to hold a sacred space for all of it to unfold without losing myself in it, staying in my joy, my fullness, my love, and still being able to hold sacred space. And I guess that's the definition of a real medicine woman.
Yes, it is. Wow, I also love the way the conversation, and both of us, were you with Maria Magdalena and we with Sophia and Frøya, it's like this femininity wanted to kind of go with the flow and speak about what is happening now, because that's what we have done.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
we really have.
Thank you so much, Veerle, for this flow of feminine power.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Divine Design podcast with Ann-Peggy Divine. You can follow divinedesign.it on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. Join us next Sunday for another Heaven on Earth unfolding conversation. With grace, reverence, and unity, may the path of your divine design light the way. From the divine in us to the divine in you.